Hello crafters, and welcome to Crafts by Lisha. Before I get started, I will tell you I was making a video for my planner cover, and well, I sliced my finger pretty bad, so that's why I have this wonderful bandage on. So if you had any questions, that's what I did. So let's get started. Today I'm going to do something a little different. This is actually not a planner video. This is something I saw and I wanted to see if I could make it, and I think I've done a pretty good job. So I saw at Walmart the other day the large, giant greeting cards for Valentine's Day, and they were $5 a piece. So I decided, well, I'm going to try to make one myself. And I would probably use red or black or whatever poster board. But since I have so much white in my craft room, I'm just going to do it with this. So the first thing you're going to do is, this is a regular size poster board. It's 28 by 22 inches. So I'm going to fold this in half. Line this edge up. And I'm folding this on the long side. So this is still 28 inches. But the 22, I've just folded it in half, so now it's 11 inches. The card I'm going to make is going to end up being 11 by 14. So now I take my pencil, it's underneath here, and I just line this up on my craft mat. And I go right here to 14, and right up here to 14. Then I grab my paper cutter, and since this is now 11, it'll fit into the paper cutter and we can cut it. Because right now I really don't want to be using anything to use a razor blade where I slice my finger. So I'm going to line this up at 14 with my little lines I made. And there we go. There's two large giant cards that are 11 by 14 each. So if you want me to, I'll decorate one of these in a minute, but right now I'm going to show you how to make an envelope for it. This is a little bit trickier, but I've got the measurements and everything for you, so I'll tell you as I go along, but I will also post them in the description. So the first thing is I need my piece of poster board to measure 25 by 20. So since it's 28 this way, to get to 25 I'm going to cut 3 inches off. So again, I just use my craft mat. And I mark it at 3 there. I will slide it down to this corner and line it up. And then I mark it at 3 up here. Now, yes, I'm going to have to get out the wonderful, wonderful razor blade so I can cut this. But before I do, I'm going to go right here and I'm going to do another mark in the middle at 3. So then I can connect. Slide this in the middle so you can see. I line it up there and here. Well, I shouldn't be able to cut that finger again. I've got it bandaged pretty well, so that's a good thing, I think. So I've got that. I'm going to hold it really tight. And there we go. That piece is cut. If it's not perfect on the end, it's okay. It's an envelope, so we will get it fixed. Then I go this way, line it up again. Line it up on the edges like that. And there we go. That is now 25 inches. Now this way, we need it to be 20 inches. So now I get to cut 2 inches off. So on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and start here in the middle. I'm going to do a couple of lines. So I'm going to put my 2 there, give myself a mark, slide down and do 2 again, make my mark, go down to the end, make my mark. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and cut this, and then I'll make the mark at the other end when I get down there. So I line these up. If I slide, I apologize because I don't have use of my good finger, but keep it as straight as you can. And that part didn't want to cut very well. So there we go. Then I just line it up to this one. Same thing. There we go. And I'll slide it in towards me. And again, I'm going to go right down here. I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to mark 2 inches right here. Then I just line this up again with that mark. Normally I pull my cutting mat up here because I don't like to cut on my craft mat. But since this was so big and I don't have a big cutting mat, I figured I'll cut on it this one time. And there we go. So now it is 25 by 20. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to measure in 3 inches on each side. So again, I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to mark 3. Then I'll go down here and mark it at 3. This is to make the sides for our envelope, so I'll show you how that works in just a minute. So I will line this up. Oops. It's hard when you don't have your pointer finger to hold it down. I will draw a line. And then I will go this way and also draw a line. Okay, now I need to do the same on the other side. So I will go in 3 inches down here, 3 inches up here, and 3 inches down here. And then I will draw my lines. Some of you might be able to do this easier than I am, but I have to have my full lines in here. That's just how I craft and how I feel comfortable doing everything, that everything stays aligned for me. Now what I want to do, I've got 3 on this side. That's not the best line in the world, but I know it's there. Now I'm making flaps right in here, so I'm going to cut out these sections. So for the envelope, for the top part, we need to come down 6 inches. So I take my ruler, I line it up here, and then I mark it 6. And I'll just line that up. And then at the bottom, I need it to be at 8 inches. So I will line this up at 8. Mark it right there. Draw that line. And now I need to do the same thing on the other side. This is my top, so this I need to come in 6 inches. Oh, let me turn it this way. So 6 inches, and then down here I need to be at 8 inches. Then I'll draw my lines. If you haven't already, I ask you to please subscribe to my channel. Also, I have a Facebook page. It's Crafts by Lisha. Head on over there and join that. We would love to have you. Now I get my scissors out. And I'm cutting this piece and this piece. I'll show you. I'm cutting. This is going away. This is going away. That and that. So let me cut those out. And I've got a little piece of poster board there. I will say this, I bought this poster board in a 10-pack at Walmart, and it was like $2 and something. So, I think it was less than $2.50 for 10 pieces, so we'll say 25 cents for this piece, 25 cents for the ones I made with the card, and I got 2 out of that. So far I have a whole $1 into this project, and Walmart was charging $5. And to be honest, I really didn't like their designs. Okay. If you don't mark through your pieces like I did, you can save those for scraps, and they make great for sentiments or mats or whatever you need to for smaller areas. So don't throw them away. And I'll still save mine because I can use the other side because I didn't mark on the other side. And last one. Oops, I'm a little off there. That's okay. Let me cut it this way. It's easier for me. I will have another planner video up soon, and the giveaway information will be in there. If you don't know about that, I am doing a planner. I've got a walkthrough up on my YouTube channel of the planner I'm making, and I'm making one from start to finish and doing a giveaway on it. So go over and check that out as well, but the information will be in my next video. So now what I'm going to do is I need to fold these sides in. So what I do is I grab my ruler again, I line up on this line, and I grab my bone folder, can't do anything without holding with that finger. Give it a little help to fold. And I will fold this up and in. Burnish this down really good. I'll do the same to the other side. My hand this way and see if that'll work better. Try that. Again, fold this one right. I will burnish it down. And I did forget one thing, so we'll go back and do that. To get rid of some of the bulk, I come in here and make a little angle on both sides. On the other side as well. There we go. Now, you can score this if you need to. I'll go ahead and do that while we're here. I'll take this and I hold this down. And again, I take my bone folder and I give this a little help right here. I'm going to go ahead and fold this up. And I'll line it up as best I can before I totally fold it down. I can't see, so hang on, let me turn it this way. If you end up a little off with your measurements, you can always go in and trim this up a little bit. See, I'm over here a tad bit. So I'll just go in and take a little bit off. When you're measuring like this and don't have an actual paper cutter to do it, sometimes it's a little hard to get totally exact. So there we go. And I fold that up. Now we'll burnish it down over here. Now I fold these in and fold that in. And I'm going to use my ATG here. You could easily use a wet glue or a glue stick or whatever. I'm an ATG girl whenever I can get away with it. I just put new tape in, so it's not wanting to work for me. Of course. Well, we'll have to fix that in a minute. So let me grab mine. I'll just use a glue stick here. So I just put this on. Don't go all the way up, because this doesn't go all the way up. Then I go on this side and I do the exact same thing. Now we need to do the top flap. What I do here before I fold it is I round these corners, because if not it drives me nuts. I didn't know rounding corners was such a big deal until I started doing it, and now everything looks funny if I don't do it. So I'm constantly, I round everything. And this corner down here got a little off, so I'm just going to round it. Nobody will know the difference. There we go. So now I'm going to fold this other part down. I'm just going to do this by feel, because I can, there we go, line it up. And now, the card we just made should fit right in. You might have to round the corners of it the way it fits, but, and of course nothing fits right the first time. Might be a little snug, because sometimes these can be a little off, so I'm just going to trim a tad bit off. I'll trim about 3/8 of an inch should be good. There we go. Could probably have got by with less, but I don't have to do it again, so then I just slide this right on in, and this folds over. Oh, my fold's a little off. There we go. We'll just go just like that. And there we go. We have the envelope and a giant greeting card that you can decorate however you want. I'm going to try to keep this video short, so I'm not going to decorate this. But I will show you one that I have decorated. I have decorated this one. I didn't put anything on the inside of this one yet, but I did decorate it. So, do however you want. Stamp it up. Put stamps everywhere. Put glitter everywhere. However you want to do it. But I probably made this for under $2. Probably a lot less than that. So, I hope you give this a try, and I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.